Welcome to Tiny Habits, the small changes that change everything by BJ Fogg, a must-read for anyone looking to improve their life through small simple changes. A top behavior scientist, BJ Fogg has created this guide to show how tiny tweaks can lead to big results. In just 8 chapters, Fogg reveals the secrets of successful habit formation, explaining how small changes in your daily routine can make a huge difference. Whether you want to build new habits, break bad ones, or make positive changes, this book summary provides practical steps and easy advice. The goal is to help you realize that transforming your life doesn't require drastic measures. With Tiny Habits, you'll learn to harness the power of tiny changes to achieve your goals effortlessly. This summary is perfect for anyone aiming to improve their habits and their life. Join this transformative journey and start making big changes with small steps today. Hit the like button, ring the bell, and subscribe to Book Ginger to see how small actions can lead to amazing transformations. Chapter 1 of Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg is titled Elements of Behavior. It introduces the 3 key components that drive any behavior: motivation, ability, and prompt. Motivation is how much you want to do something. If you're excited about it or it's very important, your motivation is high. If you're not that interested, your motivation is low. Ability is about how easy or hard it is to do the behavior. For instance, brushing your teeth is easy, but running a marathon is much more challenging. The easier a task is, the more likely you are to do it. Prompt is a reminder or a cue that tells you when to do the behavior. It could be a notification on your phone, a habit you already have, or something you see in your environment. The big idea here is that for a behavior to happen, you need all 3 elements: high motivation, easy ability, and a clear prompt. If one of these is missing, making the behavior happen is much harder. This chapter encourages us to build new habits, make them easy, ensure you're motivated, and have a clear prompt to remind you. This sets you up for success with your new habits. Chapter 2 is all about motivation. BJ Fogg explains that motivation alone isn't enough to create lasting change. It's about finding the right balance between motivation, ability, and prompts. Motivation needs to match the difficulty of the habit you want to build. Even high motivation won't help you succeed if a habit is too hard. But if it's easy and matches your current motivation level, you'll likely stick with it. The key is to start small. When a habit is tiny and easy to do, it doesn't require much motivation. Over time, these tiny actions build up, and you'll see significant changes without feeling overwhelmed. Chapter 2 teaches that motivation alone isn't enough. By making habits easy and matching them to our motivation, we can create lasting change without feeling overwhelmed. Start small and build from there. Chapter 3 is called Ability, Easy Does It? It's about making sure our new habits are so easy to do that we can't say no to them. The first idea is to make the new habit as easy as possible. If a habit is too hard, we're less likely to do it. For example, if you want to start exercising, begin with just 1 push-up daily. It's so small and simple that it feels almost effortless. Next, Fogg talks about reducing the effort required. Look at your new habit and figure out ways to make it even easier. This could mean placing your workout clothes next to your bed or setting up a timer for a 5-minute meditation session. The easier we make it, the more likely we are to stick with it. Fogg also emphasizes finding the right level of difficulty. If a habit is too difficult, we might avoid it, but it might not feel rewarding if it's too easy. The goal is to strike a balance where the habit is just challenging enough to be satisfying but still easy enough to do consistently. He introduces the BMAP formula, which stands for Behavior equals Motivation plus Ability plus Prompt. For a habit to happen, you need the ability to do it, the motivation to do it, and a prompt to remind you. By making habits easy, reducing the effort, you increase your ability, making it easier to stick with them. We learned from Chapter 3 that the secret to making lasting changes is to start with tiny, easy habits. By making our new habits simple and manageable, we're more likely to follow through. Chapter 4 of Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg is about the recipe for tiny habits. Fogg gives us a clear and simple formula to make new habits easy and automatic. Start small with a habit that's so easy it feels like you can't say no. For example, if you want to floss more, Start by flossing just one tooth. Find a trigger to remind you to do the habit, like doing it right after brushing your teeth. Celebrate each time you complete your tiny habit with a small cheer or a feeling of accomplishment. This makes the habit more enjoyable and helps it stick. Chapter 4 teaches us that tiny changes can lead to significant results. By starting with small, manageable habits, using prompts to remind us, and celebrating our successes, we can make lasting changes in our lives with less effort. Chapter 5 is titled Emotions Create Habits. In this chapter, Fogg emphasizes emotions' powerful role in forming and maintaining habits. He explains that when we feel good about a habit, we're more likely to keep doing it. Positive emotions make the behavior stick, so celebrate small wins. For example, if you floss one tooth, give yourself a cheer. This makes the habit enjoyable and easier to maintain. Fogg also says to make your habits fun. If you enjoy the activity, you'll keep doing it. Listen to your favorite music while exercising, or reward yourself with a treat to build momentum. Our emotions drive our consistency. Linking positive feelings to your habits makes you more likely to stick with them, creating a cycle reinforcing the behavior. The lesson from this chapter is clear. Emotions are key to forming habits. By celebrating small successes, making habits fun, and linking them with positive emotions, we can set ourselves up for success. Chapter 6, titled Growing Your Habits from Tiny to Transformative, explains how to turn small changes into big, lasting habits. Fogg emphasizes starting with tiny habits that are easy to do, ensuring success. For example, if you want to start exercising, begin by just putting on your workout clothes daily. Once you're consistent with a tiny habit, build on that success. If your tiny habit is doing one push-up daily, gradually increase it to 2 or 3 to make it more impactful. Another strategy is habit stacking, which means adding a new tiny habit to an existing one. For example, if you brush your teeth every morning, add a quick stretch immediately to make it feel natural. Fogg also recommends celebrating your successes. The positive emotions associated with celebrating small achievements make the habit more enjoyable and likely to stick. This chapter teaches us that growing habits takes time and starts with small, manageable steps. By starting small, building on success, using habit stacking, and celebrating progress, you can transform small actions into powerful, lasting habits. Chapter 7, titled Untangling Bad Habits, a Systematic Solution, focuses on how to tackle and change bad habits. Fogg compares breaking bad habits to untangling a knotted ball of yarn. It takes patience and a step-by-step approach. Instead of eliminating a bad habit, break it into smaller parts to understand it better. He introduces the habit loop, which includes a cue, a routine, and a reward. By identifying these, you can understand and change your habits. For example, if you snack late at night, figure out what triggers it, your routine, and the reward you seek. A key strategy is to replace bad habits with small, positive ones. Instead of just stopping a bad habit, swap it with a tiny good habit. For instance, replace procrastination with a minute of stretching each day. This small habit can eventually grow and replace the old one. This chapter teaches that changing habits is a journey. By understanding and systematically untangling bad habits and replacing them with tiny, positive ones, you can make lasting changes in your life. Chapter 8 of Tiny Habits, titled We Change Together, emphasizes the importance of social support in forming and maintaining habits. Changing our habits is easier and more fun with others. Our social environment helps shape our behavior. Working on habits with friends, family, or groups gives us encouragement and accountability, making it more likely we'll stick with them. Creating habit groups can help us stay motivated and solve challenges. These groups provide a powerful support system. Using social influence is also powerful. Positive peer pressure and seeing others succeed can inspire us to keep going and make changes. Chapter 8 shows us that changing our habits doesn't have to be a solo journey. By involving others, we make the process easier and more enjoyable. Social support, celebrations, and habit groups are powerful tools to help us achieve our goals. In conclusion, Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg teaches us that small, simple changes can significantly improve our lives. We can build lasting habits without feeling overwhelmed by focusing on tiny actions, finding the right moments, and celebrating our successes. Remember, it's not about making huge changes overnight, it's about making tiny tweaks that add up to significant results. So, start small, stay consistent, and watch how these tiny habits transform your life. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on the Book Ginger channel for more great content.